Hey friends, Burkus here. Welcome back to the Daily Burk. And today we're talking about how do you know when you're in a conversation with somebody, maybe first time at a networking event, something like that. When you're in a conversation with someone, how do you know you're not dominating the conversation? There's a slew of research that suggests that despite the fact that you might have the perfect elevator pitch, the perfect introduction, and a whole lot of self-confidence to go with it, we know from a lot of research that that doesn't actually leave a good first impression. We know that being inquisitive, being interested about the other person is what leaves a great first impression. And sometimes you can, even with the best of intentions, not demonstrate that interest and instead default into that sort of self-promotion mode. So how do you know whether or not you're dominating the conversation? We have to ask, keep in time sort of metacognition or meta-conversation. Keep in your mind, when was the last time I asked a question of the other person in this conversation? Questions not only denote interest, questions also invite the other person, especially when they're open-ended questions, invite the other person to take over and begin talking. And if it's been a while since you've asked them a question, there's probably a good chance that you are in fact dominating the conversation. You need to give them an opportunity to share what's important to them, what's on their mind, etc. And obviously, if you realize, well, when was the last time I asked a question, and it's been a while, you should probably ask a question derived from what they just said, or you can even use, you just went into a monologue and you can ask for their opinions about it, etc. You don't want it to be, enough about me, let's talk about you, what do you think of me? You don't want it to be like that, but you do want to get their opinions, their ideas, their background on that situation, making sure to ask open-ended questions so that they begin to share more. How do you know whether or not you're dominating a conversation? When was the last time you asked a question? Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Daily Burk. Leave a comment below. Do you feel like this is a problem you run into where you're dominating the conversation too much? Or do you feel the opposite? You've been on the receiving end of far too many people who think they're great at making conversation, but in reality are great at talking to you about themselves. While you're leaving that comment, make sure you're followed or subscribed to the show on whatever platform you're watching this on. My goal is to post these new episodes every single weekday designed to help you do your best work ever and engage you in a conversation about how we can continue to help you do that best work ever. So make sure you're followed or subscribed because I don't want you to miss a single episode, and I would love to hear your thoughts. So make sure you leave that comment below. Thank you again so much for watching the Daily Burk.